Kristen Moringa here, former government manager turned direct sales leader, and I'm so excited to be here with you on episode number 2 of our podcast training series. Today is super exciting because we are going to be talking about how to build an awesome virtual party. You guys ready for that? Because I love virtual parties. I am like 98% virtual in my business, and it provides flexibility that I would not have otherwise. I have little kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and let's just be honest, I don't want to leave the house, right? Like, I want to spend time with my kids. They're little. So this is what virtual parties can do for you, is they can provide in a way that you can stay home potentially. Before I dig too deep, I want you guys to share if you would be willing, because this podcast video series eventually might make it to iTunes podcasts if we can build up a big enough audience, because that's what it takes to get approved on iTunes. We're gonna dive right into virtual parties, okay? Get a pen and paper because you might want to take notes. All right, the first thing I want you to think about with your virtual parties is fun. How can you bring the fun factor? It's all about fun, you guys. If you are not fun, you need to fake it, okay? You just need to pretend like you're fun. Because if your guests are having fun, they're gonna wanna book a party with you. They're having fun, they're more likely to buy from you. If they're having fun, they're more likely to want to be on your team. So make yourself fun, make your parties fun. How do we do this, you might ask? Well, one of the best ways to do this is to make your party and your content engaging. So what I mean by that is when you create a post, you do not want to simply put information out into the world. You want to ask for engagement. And how you do that is you end your post and your content with a question. Always ask a question which will prompt your guests to answer and comment and post below. One example might be you showcasing a specific product, and maybe you could ask your customers in your post, how do you see yourself using this product in your home? It's really important that you're thinking about how you can create engaging content through a fun post, and add those questions at the end. No matter what it is, every single post, or at least 98% of your posts, should have a question at the end. But the other thing that this does is this helps you connect with your guests, which is so important, okay? And you don't wanna just be liking comments. You don't want to just be looking and reading at the comments. You want to be replying to them. You want to be creating two-way communication, and you want to be going back and forth with your customers and your future potential customers in your parties. And you do that through replying back to their comments. And that's really important to build that connection and build that relationship with people, and frankly, get to know people. And you want to be genuine and authentic. You don't want to just be making stuff up just to connect with people, but you want to really be thinking about how you can get to know the people on the other end, so it's not just a Facebook transaction, but it's really building that connection. And that is why it's so important to ask questions on your posts, because you get to know people more. And when you reply, ask more questions. So if you ask them, how would you use this product in your house, and they give you an answer, then you might want to say, oh, that's great. What do you do with such and such? Or if they say, I would use this product to do blah, 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 then you could say, oh, is blah, blah, blah something that you normally do? Or is blah, blah, blah a family tradition? Or is blah, blah, blah whatever? You get the idea that you want to be replying back with another question so you can get to know people. So how can you show that you are fun? Well, it's important that you showcase who you are. And just like I mentioned in the last episode, you want to be showcasing and sharing what you're good at, a little bit about you, maybe some hobbies and some skills that you have, and where your genuine interests and passions lie. And those are things that I would do at the very beginning of the party. I would come out of the gate with a post that is about me. It's sharing who I am, what I love to do, what my interests are, about my family, and then I would end with a question. And I would say, your turn, tell me a little bit about you. What are some of your hobbies, or what do you do for work, or do you have family? And a bonus ticket into our raffle drawing by sharing a picture. I do a raffle drawing because it's really important that people are encouraged to comment along so they get raffle tickets into a prize party drawing at the end. So that's one of the ways that you can be showcasing how you're fun, who you are, and add a little quirkiness. If you're quirky, that's great. Show and share that you're quirky and what makes you quirky. Be proud about that, you guys. I'm serious. Okay, so fun. Okay, so just as a recap, okay, hang with me here. Engaging content, you always want to post a question, okay? Engaging comments, you always want to reply with questions and interact. You want to know like 5 things about 5 different people and every single party you do at a minimum. That's so important to build those connections and get to know people genuinely, okay? The second thing is adding value. Now think about this. The best way to showcase your product is to share how it will solve a problem that your customers have. So how do you know what problems your customers have? You should ask them. I love doing this in my party. I love asking them, what challenges or issues do you have surrounding XYZ? And maybe XYZ is your product, or maybe XYZ is the product offerings, the solutions that you have for other people, right? So what challenges or issues do you have surrounding this product that you offer? Okay, so if it's skincare, what challenges or issues do you have with skincare? If it's a kitchen product, what challenges or issues do you have with mealtime or meal prep, or challenges in the kitchen that you have? Okay, does that give you an idea? Or if it's makeup, what challenges or concerns do you have with your current makeup line or your current makeup regimen or whatever it might be, okay? It can also be very important for you to help identify the problems that people have, okay? They might not know that they have a problem, but if you start talking story with them, okay, talking story, I have to say where that comes from. I lived in Hawaii for a little bit, and in Hawaii, it's like one of those things that you talk story. So, okay, anyway, side note. Now I'm totally lost my train of thought what I was talking about. But it's really important that you're showcasing products that add value, right? So, I know, I was gonna talk about the problem. You want to potentially highlight problems that people might have, because they might not even know that they have that problem unless you bring it out, and then other people start to comment too. So when you are posting something, you could even share, are these common problems that you have? Comment below with what the biggest issue is for you, or the biggest challenge. And then you could list out different problems that people have that your products are providing a solution for. And then they might even realize that they have some other problems that they didn't know they had that your products provide solutions for. Okay, so back to adding value. Remember, it's fun and adding value. Those are the 2 key things, in my opinion. So adding value is you're basically showing how they have this problem and your solution is your product, and you're gonna bridge the gap from the problem to the solution. And it's all about really driving home how the products are going to make that difference. When you are showcasing products, you don't want to just be showing the high valued, high cost items, and you don't want to just be showing the low cost items. You want to showcase both. You want a really good mix. Sometimes the higher valued, higher priced items can solve multiple problems, right? You might have a product that can take care of big issues that your customer is having. And so you want to drive home how that product can solve an issue that your customer has. And that's really important, because here's the thing. If your customers, or some of them, have a lot of income and they're not on a budget, they're just gonna buy that product to get it outright because you just showed them how it's gonna solve their problems. And that's extra sales for you, right? And here on the flip side, what if you have someone on a budget? That person is likely going to want to book a party with you to get it for free, because you just explained how it's going to solve their problems, how it's going to add value to their life, and hopefully you truly believe that, which many of you hopefully do. And then in that case, you can then share how they can get it for free or discounted as being a host, and then it's a no-brainer to host because you just created all this desire for this solutions, and then you can bridge that gap by sharing how they can get it for free or discounted. So when you create this value, you're not only going to potentially get sales, but you're also potentially going to get bookings. And that's really important. As a recap, you want to create the fun and you want to show the value added, okay? You need both of those two ingredients to make an awesome virtual party. And I am very much against just product pushing. You do not want to be creating content or posts that just push product out there. It needs to be fun, engaging. Make a game out of it. Almost every single post I have is a game, but at the same time, I'm showcasing multiple products. So even if I make it a game and I make it fun, they still get product information. Another great way to build connections in your virtual parties, which lead to bookings and lead to sales and lead to new team members, is through being genuine and authentic about yourself and being vulnerable and sharing more in your story. And that's going to be a whole other podcast for a different day, but you could be thinking about that. How can I genuinely share more about myself? How can I stop being surface level with my story, why I started, why I stay, or what I'm looking forward to? And how can I dig deeper in a way that's going to connect me more with my customers, in a way that they're gonna wanna support me, they're gonna wanna be loyal to me, they're gonna wanna continue purchasing from me, and I can continue providing value for them. So your story is an important piece to all of this, because without you and your quirkiness and what makes you fun, that's like the special taste. That's like the special touch that you're going to be adding to these parties that really are going to stand out and make a difference when you are doing these parties for people, right? I love reading all your comments on your submission topics for podcasts. So down below in the description, I want you to click the link if you have podcast ideas, submit your idea, and I'm going to continue to use those to come up with podcasts in the future. The other thing is, feel free to provide your email if you would like. Eventually, I'm going to have a newsletter with like all my favorite things, like personal development books and things that I love, podcasts I'm listening to, and I will be sharing those things with you eventually down the road when I get a newsletter going out. All right. So I hope you had some awesome tips for today. Go share this with your team, right? Share away, because this is great content that your teams can value from as well. All right. Thanks for being with us today. Bye.